Welcome. Today I'm going to show you how you can use your Windows computer to connect our CECI infrastructure. We're going to use MobaXterm to create an SSH connection. I'm going to show you how to install that program, how to configure it, and how to use it. Everything is very simple. Let's start by downloading MobaXterm. To find the link, just search for MobaXterm within your browser. Then you will see two versions from MobaXterm, the free versions and the professional editions. The free versions has basically very loose limitations, so you can use that one in most of the cases, if not always. Then there is two ways to install it, the portable editions and the installer editions. I personally use the portable editions, but they are equivalent. You can use the one you want. Then you can go to the download directory, extract the file. Here you should change this path. I will keep it here for the demonstrations, but having your executables in the downloads directory is probably not a good practice. Then the directory will open. You have your executable here. You can just double click on it to launch it. And in a couple of seconds, you will have the windows on your screen. Here we are. Let's put it full screen. Now it's time for first SSH connection. To do that, we're going to click here on the top left corner on the session button. Then click again in the top left corner, but on the smaller window, on the SSH button. The first input is the remote host address. It's where you want to connect, to which cluster you want to connect. We offer multiple clusters on CECI with different capabilities, so you need to pick wisely. For the demonstrations, I will use NIC 5. All the address for all the clusters are in the descriptions of this video. Then you need to click here on specify username and enter your username. That's the username you have picked or received when you created your account. Then click on Advanced SSH Settings and select Use Private Key here. The private key is a file that you receive by email and that you should have stored somewhere on your computer. To tell MobaXterm where that file is, you need to click on this blue icon and then explore your file system to find the file idrsa.ceci. Then you need to click here on Network Settings. Then on this huge button, SSH Gateway. The gateway is your entry point to go to those clusters and depends to which university you belong or are associated to. In my case, I belong to UCLouvain University, and therefore I need to put the gateway associated to that university. You have the list of all the gateway for all university in the description. So in my case, I enter gateway.csn.ucl.ac.be. Then I need to enter again my username, which is the same. Specify that I want to use an SSH key, which in this case is the same, but I still have to find it on my file system, like before. Now I can click on OK and click a second time on OK. Now I'm prompted to enter the passphrase of my SSH key. You have decided that passphrase on the website of your account creation. And now you are connected to NIC 5. On the left, you see the file system, so where the files are. I will do a demonstration in a couple of seconds. And on the right here, you have the terminal where you can enter any Unix command that you want. I would propose some change to the settings to make the life a bit easier. So let's click here on Settings, select SSH, and then put SSH Keep Alive on and the agent on too. SSH Keep Alive allows to avoid a lot of disconnections where you are idle. SSH Agent allows to connect more easily to different computer, different cluster. Then click on plus and find again your private key. Be sure that the forward SSH agent is on 2, which should be the case, and click on OK. You will see a pop-up asking you to restart MobaXterm. Let's do that. When MobaXterm will be restarted, you will be directly prompted to enter your passphrase. And to launch the connections to one cluster, you just need to double-click on it. Here we are. Let's demonstrate the capabilities of MobaXterm for file system. You can see here your file. If you want to transfer one of those, let's say hello.py, to your desktop, you just have to drag and drop. So select the file, drag and drop it, and the file will appear extremely soon. Here it is. The opposite operation is also possible. You can take one file from your desktop, drag it into MobaXterm, drop, and the file will appear. To remove a file, you can use the Unix command. You can also right-click and delete. Now I want to show you how you can easily connect to the other CECI cluster in a much more easier way than what we did for NIC5. What we are going to do is to duplicate the NIC5 session first by right-clicking on it, doing duplicate session, then right-click on the new item and do rename session. Then we type the name on the cluster that we want to connect, that is session name, but most importantly to change here the remote host address to the one on the cluster we're interested. So lemaitre3.csm.ucl.ac.be. As before, all the addresses are in the descriptions. Then click on OK, and that's it for the new cluster. So now I can double click here, and I would be able to connect to Lemaitre3. You can do the same for Hercules, Dragon, and so on. If you want to know more about SSH or about HPC in general, please attend our annual formation or check our other videos.